Welcome everybody to another episode of Providence Lucha Talk. This is Luisito,
This is your boy Jay Aguila.
and we're here to talk about NXT, AEW, and a little bit some rumors and things that are going on around the wrestling world.
Rumors? What rumors?
We'll get to it.
Okay. You can follow the Providence Lucha Talk on our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube page. Just Google it, Providence Lucha Talk, as well as you can follow our audio content on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. So, what's this rumor?
All right, so I've been doing some research on about things that's going on and watching other people's stuff. So what I've heard and seen and stuff, they might bring. So you know how they're doing a superstar shakeup eventually. So I think Roman's gonna be switching to Raw, and
Mm-hmm.
the title might be changed to a different title, a redesign of the Universal title. So I don't think it's gonna be moved like changed back to red. I think it might be redesigned. I know Vince. You know he did the United States one. He did the Intercontinental. So I think he wants not a reboot on titles and stuff, which is a great idea. I don't know what the new title might look like, but I don't think they're just gonna switch it from blue to red once again. I would personally would like to see the old school, the big gold that they used to have, the World Heavyweight title, or something of that similar. I hope they don't bring something with. Remember back in the '90s, they had the wing tip. Um, it looked like the Intercontinental, but it had like the wing and the globe in the middle.
Nothing wrong
That's
with
what,
that.
which is not bad. But I hope they come up with a good design, because I know the United States one it looks pretty cool. So I hope I like that better than Intercontinental.
I like the previous US title.
But yeah, so that's one thing. Another stuff is that it is rumored that we might see a former female superstar come back to WWE, and that might be potentially the promo that we saw on last Friday about the girl walking. We only saw basically like knee down. I think people mention what I've seen people mention. Even we talked about it on the last episode. It could be maybe Lacey Evans or Carmella. But what I've seen a lot of, it's Eva Marie might be coming back.
Eva Marie. Yes, she's a previous Diva champion. She definitely
I don't think
had
she won it.
her.
Eva Marie? No, the redhead, the one that looked like the Bella Twins, that never had a full match. Her,
Oh, the
like
one that
like the pre Lana.
I was thinking about.
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
Eve or something, or yeah.
yeah. Eve.
No. Eva Marie.
They're bringing Redhead back.
That's what I've seen. I know Vince. I know he's been talking to her, and bring her back and
Talking to them.
adding her to the women's division. So we'll see.
Or Vince. I mean, like if it was the other one, forgot her
Yeah,
name.
she used to be a former champion stuff. Yeah.
She has her own school. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she could get more like hype, more promo from it for her school and build it up. But God,
Mm-hmm.
ah, please let us hope that is not true. Let us just hope it's just a repackage of someone who's current in WWE. All right, let's just break it down real quick and then we further on this conversation because you kind of messed me up with those rumors, okay? So NXT, it seems like this was the last Super Tuesday. Now that their next show is going to be Wednesday the following week, because I think TNT may do their show on Thursday,
Yeah, I think the
depending
playoffs.
on the playoff,
Mm-hmm.
the NBA playoffs. So that's the
But
possibility
also,
why.
it's gonna be tough because next week football starts. Today football starts. So every Thursday, Monday,
Well, for those who are listening,
yeah,
today
Thursday,
is
yeah.
the 10th, so that's first week of football. We're pretty excited for Chiefs versus Texans. That's
Yeah.
dope.
But that's gonna be tough for. I think maybe we'll see how they do next Thursday against the NFL, AEW. So should be interesting.
I I'll definitely share my 2 cents in a second. Let me just read down the play-by-play real quick. So NXT Tuesday broke it down. Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Balor with the pinfall becoming the new NXT champion. Um, it definitely had some high ratings for them. We had the meet of Io Shirai, Blackheart, as well as Tegan Knox visiting Gargano. I'm not sure much you could got in from those promo, as well as Thatcher and Priest. Another promo to get out of this. Valentine Dream versus Ashanti Adonis. Dream wins via pinfall. Got a mid-average grade. Reed versus Austin Theory. Reed got the W via pinfall, also with an average score, according to some reports I'm seeing here. Roderick Strong with Bobby Fish versus Kimmy Dean. Strong gets the W via pinfall. Definitely a B. I agree with that. And the main event of the Super Tuesday was the Steel Cage. Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez with Robert Stone on the sideline. Ripley gets the W via pinfall. So that is the NXT quick recap. Let's jump straight to my favorite brand, AEW. So AEW started with the I hate this match. Jurassic Express versus the Lucha Bros. Jurassic Express got the W over the Lucha Bros. It definitely was a B plus match. I like the time. Matt Hardy addresses the AEW fans. Basically, all he said was he's going to take some time to recover. I think Luisito mentioned it on the last episode. They just they just repeated the same thing over and over from what's on Twitter. Orange Cassidy versus Angelico. I've been asking about the highlight too, and I got them back. I'm pretty impressed with this match. It's definitely a D grade in my book as well. The best man was named for Kit Sabian for his wedding. I think this was a well build-up with the two individuals, and then introducing the one and only Miro. He is all elite. His promo was definitely well deserved. I think the quote we could say is, "My name is Miro, and I'm all elite." Well done, sir. Well done. Johnny Janela versus Sonny Kiss, Chris Jericho versus Chris Jericho and Jake Hager. Jericho and Jake Hager gets the win over Kiss and Janela. We did get a lot of short promos from different individuals. We could talk about Tim Starr, John Moxley. We could talk about FTR, bullshit celebration. Talk about Lance Archer. Each individual had their promo made throughout the show, which make even though they were short, definitely seemed a little bit important. And if you guys see me give more detail, it's because I actually saw the recap this morning for the show. So it was for me. Tay Conti versus Nyla Rose. Of course, Nyla Rose was going to demolish, but it was a really extended match. Personally, definitely was a C average. I feel like it shouldn't have gone that way, my personal opinion. And the main event, TNT Championship, Dustin Rose versus the champion Brody Lee. Brody Lee does get the W. Also, I feel like this match should have been that extended, but you know what? We're going to talk about it. So, Luisito, share your thoughts with these recaps.
I would say neither. All right. One thing I would say, AEW, we got the first Wednesday by themselves, and they got about 1.01 or something million. So that proves that if they're by themselves in a channel a day, they could hit 1 million. And this was basically a post pay-per-view show. So they weren't doing that many matches. They just building new
Recovery
stories.
from All Out.
You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of aftermath of All Out. So they did a lot of cleanup for what happened. But overall, I'm glad that they got to at least to the 1 million, so they could prove to us and to the world that they could reach the numbers and not even giving us the best matches that they could give us, which is one thing. I think NXT was around 840,000 views on Tuesday. Which was good numbers for them. But I would say they should have swapped the matches. I would have preferred opening they probably want to highlight Rhea Ripley at the end, but I would have preferred the championship match at the end and the cage match in the beginning, or like some, you know what I'm saying, like flip flop, because I feel like I don't know what they're trying to do. I see that they're trying to build Rhea Ripley towards the championship, but also you're crowning a new champion, so you know it's a not a lose-lose situation, but you know, create a new character, like a new contender, or show new champion. So it's like it was tough for them. But that's my only thing about that NXT. But I feel NXT was good. The championship was great. I think the right person won, and I think Finn Balor is one of the only two people that won the title twice. I think it was Shinsuke Nakamura, him, and I think it was either Kevin Owens or Samoa Joe. I think it was Kevin Owens that won it twice.
Adam
And
Cole.
is he a two-time champion?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the information
I
right
think he's the
now.
longest one, but I don't think he's a two-time champion.
He's 402 days. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pulling up the.
But overall was good. I like that they're building a story. The only thing I didn't I like that they brought at the end. They had a kind of backstage shot of him and Adam Cole, and they're doing the Bullet Club, the Too Sweet. So maybe that might be a build up with them collaborating with each other, or maybe a sign of respect. Who knows? But I like that little Easter egg of the two that shows that their respect amongst each other, which was kind of cool.
So let's see. The formula to me, I think it was done right. You say it should be flip flop. Me personally, I think it was well built. The middle section is a little bit not too digestible, in my personal opinion. I see some pickles, some onions in this burger, but other than that, I think opening with the NXT, they're trying to steal a lot of viewership, or try to get as much viewership while the NBA playoff is going on. So who's bigger than Adam Cole and Bebe and
Finn Balor?
Finn Balor. I mean, like Ripley she's great, but I don't think her fan base would have been that stronger compared to these two guys. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. But with NXT, the build-up seems right. My one person I'm seeing a little bit like iffy is this Austin Theory guy.
I think they're gonna use him for build-up stuff. I feel like him and Bronson
Really?
Reed. Bronson Reed, that match was. I feel like it was okay for him because it's kind of his first match back since he's been out, and he shows some strength because lifting Bronson Reed, it's about 380, almost 400 pounds, and he shows some strength, which is good. But I'm glad that Bronson Reed, because I feel like he got repackaged, not repackaged fully, but he had a new video, new wardrobe, new everything. So I feel like he looks almost ready to be either SmackDown, like going to the main show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know NXT is, but I feel NXT is more like developmental. You're still trying things out and making your way into the business. And when you go to, I feel like he's almost ready to be moved to Raw, SmackDown.
Right.
And he looked good in the match.
Yep. So quick update on the NXT Championship list. The three individuals who were two-time champ are Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, not Kevin Owens, and Finn Balor.
Okay.
I was mixing Adam Cole with the.
I think he's the longest. Yeah, he's I think 2-time North American. I think, but he's the longest NXT champion. But I feel like that match was good. I feel like it showcased. I think they're trying to hype up Bronson Reed. I think he might be the next person up for the North American. I really don't want to see Cameron Grimes. I'm glad he wasn't in the show at the moment. Well, his moment will come by. My negative about the show for me was Velveteen Dream. That match was meh. I feel the other guy looked good facing him, but I don't know how I feel about the heel side. I like the Kushida ending. I like you have Kushida breaking his character. Now we might see a more dangerous side of Kushida. It might be a good build-up amongst the two, but I don't know how I feel about heel or bad guy Velveteen Dream. I don't know how I'll feel about that. Do you like?
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the match was a C+ match according to the site that I'm in. It seems
like I saw it. It was okay. Like, it was a good give and take. I feel like this match was more for the other guy, than for Velveteen Dream, which is good because you're
Perhaps.
building new people into the fold. But the other guy did really well.
Hey, kudos to him. I mean, it seems that again, like Strong still being part of the show. I think that's a good build-up for him. Trying to keep Undisputed a little bit more relative within the programming. Reed again. I guess he's going to probably be the next big guy to go for the belt. Personally,
Yeah,
either
I
North
think
American,
next
North
week.
American or next
Yeah, I think next week we have Thatcher and
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest for the North American. I think next week is gonna be all championship matches for next week going against.
I think you commented too about Blackheart last episode
Yeah.
about
Do you
her.
think Io's ready for her?
I don't know if Io is ready to give up the belt for this chick. I think she's still gonna retain the belt.
Okay.
Maybe someone like Mercedes. I prefer, and this is just my opinion. I prefer Mercedes.
I don't know if you did you. I don't know if it was you or I talked to somebody about that. They thought Mercedes Martinez was one of the people. I think probably my coworker. We were talking about it, and maybe it was you. I don't know. That Mercedes Martinez might be one of the people in Retribution, and this might be her farewell match yesterday. You know, she lost and move on to.
You highlighted it,
Yeah.
but I think it was more. I think it was more confirmed. It was more me.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I'm not sure if it's Tegan Knox who was also part of the Retribution.
I think I mentioned it was what's her name? She used to be in Robert Strong brand.
Oh, Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green.
Her too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, like again, the big thing I got from NXT is basically is the opener and the closer. Those seems to be great scores. A's, E minus, definitely seem worth it. Again, I would like to see Mercedes going for the belt personally, but if not, let's see what Blackheart does.
Yeah.
If she is the one that helped Io build this great story for her next match against Ripley, then let's see how the pieces fall.
Yeah,
let's jump into.
And she looked good. Sorry, and she looked good holding the title too. So it's like it could be an omen or it could be bad news. Who knows? But I guess we gotta stay tuned for next week.
Oh yeah, definitely, because we know what happened when we hold the belt, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into AEW. AEW definitely gave us a lot of different elements in this episode. I watched the recap because of Luisito. He texted me saying, "Hey, Miro is elite," and the first thing we got to say is kudos to JR because he's the one who said his main focus was going to try to bring Miro to all of AEW, and we appreciate that. You are a man of the word, and I guess will also help sell it too is that Miro in his YouTube, he posted a video of it saying that he he saw his coach Billy Gunn while he was at WWE. He sees some familiar faces. This is something that he wanted and hoping that he's able to elevate from it. I think this is a good move on his behalf. Now, the post that you made on our Facebook page, WWE legends, let's hope it does come true because Miro definitely deserves a spotlight with either belt or the FTW, either belt.
That'd be FTW would be great on him.
Yeah, but first Darby. I need Darby to have that belt first.
But imagine Miro against Darby. That'd be crazy. That'd be good.
I can't wait to see his first match.
I'm glad that Miro is all elite, and I'm glad that the way that they brought him up. The only thing I'm just a little hesitant is about how they're gonna use him, because I hope he doesn't end up being a comedy act, especially being with Kip Sabian. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy for him that he's elite. He's employed and back in the ring. Now let's see what we have to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of other people that came from WWE that not being used or underutilized or been losing, like Sean Spears, Jake Hager. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that you could be using to exalt the division and you're not using correctly. So I'm just wait and see, but I'm glad that he made it to AEW.
Yeah, again, kudos to JR for getting the job done. I think his role may be maybe tag team with Kit,
Mm-hmm.
since they're like best man blending storytelling being promoted to us.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see them trying to win certain tag team matches to be maybe contendership. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I mean, I don't think when he was Rusev in WWE, he ever won the tag team belt. So it'll be interesting to see if he's able to work
Did he?
in a team format. I don't think
I
so.
don't.
I remember the US and I probably remember the IC,
Intercontinental. Yeah,
but
but I don't
I
think he
don't.
he battled for their the tag team, but I don't think he ever won it because I think he was with um
Adrian, Adrian England,
Aiding English. Yeah, or
and
I think he was also the Nation. He was part of the group of the Nation.
yeah, but they never won the belt
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
So it's like if he's trying to go for the tag team though, I
yeah.
mean
Mm-hmm.
like that would be very interesting to focus on
Yeah.
because like I'm hoping within maybe 3 to 6 months from now, I would like to see him going for any of the single division belt,
Mm-hmm.
FTW, TNT, or the heavyweight one.
Yeah, and
Because him
also
against Lance
that'd be good.
would definitely be fire. I can't.
Even Brody Lee. They I'm not saying they face each other,
Oh,
but like they have maybe some history.
they cross paths.
Yeah.
They cross paths.
So, but kind of keeping with the tag team stuff, why is Jericho being part of the tag team division?
Because
Why? You have
because
Proud and Powerful.
true, but I guess Proud and Powerful is just being too occupied with the best friend storyline. It's just like Inner Circle
Mm-hmm.
have to be part of every part of the vision.
Yeah.
And think about this too. I guess because Sammy Guevara is not available, he's now working with Jake Hager for the tag team division,
Okay.
and they don't even have a creative name. You know what I'm saying? With Sammy,
Yeah.
him
Spanish God.
with
So.
him, yeah, the sex god.
Mm-hmm.
And now with Hager, nothing. It was like, oh, we're the inner circle. Really, dude? Like you couldn't
Yeah.
come up with something funny?
He'll come up with something funny eventually. But it was just like when he went against Sonny and George Janela was whatever match it was non DQ, so they gonna pull it off somehow. But when he kind of nominated and like mentioned, oh, me and Jake Hager are gonna be part of the, I'm like, why? Like it's fine because it's really
Attention.
at the moment he doesn't have nothing to do with individual. Like he got the championship, he built up Orange Cassidy, now work on the tag team division, but it's just like I feel like they're leaving the Proud and Powerful kind of like not to stray, but it's just like I know they're busy with Chucky T,
The
Trent and
best
Chucky
friends.
T, but
Yep.
it's just like you could do two things or like coach them or I don't know. But I would have preferred Proud and Powerful be a dominant force, which they are, but not being showcased and like in the division.
But keep in mind this, right? Current champion of is the FTR.
Mm-hmm.
And part of their promo, their whack ass promo, was that they have defeated nearly every team
Yeah.
that they had. So, in order for you to make this, storyline a little bit more spicier, who's better than Jericho? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jericho will definitely be able to go toe to toe with the tall. Jake Hager could definitely be the muscle. I mean, I could definitely see a championship match between FTR and the Inner Circle with Jericho and Hager. I could definitely see that Sean Spear could also like interject in case if the other member of Inner Circle jump
Mm-hmm.
in. I could definitely see how they could try to get more viewership through Jericho to make the tag team even more on top of their listing compared to other times. You know what I'm saying? Because FTR is great. I think they're not going to be a long-ranging, champion in All Elite because I think their contract is still like a handshake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a word of agreement. Nothing was like written in paper that they're fully committed to.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with Miro kind of adding to it. I think Miro has a contract with AEW, but he can't travel because of COVID and stuff at the moment.
Right,
But
right.
he's able part of his contract and deal with them. He's able to go and participate in New Japan, only in Japan, not in the United States. So if New
which
Japan has
makes
events,
sense.
so if New Japan has events in Japan, he could go travel with them, do the stuff similar to what the Elite does, and they go over, which would be good for Miro because he could get a bigger pop in Japan, and they could use him while building like more stars and fandom to bring over AEW,
And his
which is like a good.
Twitch.tv numbers are going to go all the way
Yeah.
up if he does that too. I mean, like, it's not a bad move. Not a bad move. I wish part of his contract could say that he could also work with NWA or Impact Wrestling.
It's. I feel like you don't. He's not a piece that. Not yet. He's not a piece. I feel like if you think about wrestling, the way I'm thinking about it, wrestling as like a chessboard, he's a piece that you could use for Japan. I feel the piece that they're using for NWA, it's Thunder Rosa, and Thunder Rosa, it's not a. She doesn't have a contract with AEW. Hers is like a daily thing. So
Yeah,
anytime
her
she shows up,
championship is being defended
yes,
next week
next week, yeah, and that
against Eva Lees.
yeah, that normally doesn't happen. Another company being, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll win it. Maybe I don't know. But I know Thunder Rosa's contract or handshake contract is anytime she performs, she gets paid for that amount. So she's not employee of AEW. She's kind of independent employee of an independent company. So it should be interesting because I know NWA is starting soon. So I don't know how that's gonna take effect. So she could be the key for NWA moving forward. You know, maybe they use the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
Cody at the moment he's out, so Cody has history with Nick Aldis, which is the current NWA champion.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they could do something of that nature and kind of bring them in. And I feel Miro could be a good piece to bring the New Japan like viewers or listeners or whatever, because they're at least already known over there. So if you bring new talent over, that's good for them. So I feel like
I mean, they also have John Moxley with the US
true,
Heavyweight
yeah.
Champion. So that's still in place.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho is still in place too because he was the previous their Intercontinental Champion as well. But this is you talking about Thunder Rosa, right? Out of all the third party, I'm going to say, for lack of term, out of their third party title defense that they brought into AEW, it's the actual wrestler who is part of AEW bringing the belt to the show, right? I never seen someone that's not part of the network bring the belt and then having someone else go after it. You know what I'm saying? It's so weird. It's like it's a weird situation, but like my mindset is like, what happened if Evilise win the belt?
Yeah, like let's say God willing nothing happens in the match order, but let's say it could be injury or whatever. Something happens to the ring, and
forget about injury. What if she wins the belt?
Like who?
Does her contract end with AEW?
Or
is she now part of NW?
That's
you know what I'm saying. It's like it's such a weird situation that like my mind is going so.
Because even the same way at All Out, there was like champion versus champion. Okay, Io, let's say Cheetah wasn't going for the NWA.
She was defending her belt.
Thunder was going against. So if Thunder Rosa would have won the AEW, she would have been double. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they put themselves in situations, which is great for TV and for us. But it's just like, what if Thunder Rosa loses against Evilise? Like, because I think Evilise was in MLW for a little bit, and she was a champion there too. So they all have pedigree of championship material, and I think Evilise has way more experience than Thunder Rosa. But
true, but it's just the fact that the possibility that a third party championship is maybe lost on a different network. It's just like is mind boggling. But again, I guess this is what you need to do to have people like us who are doing podcasts, who have YouTube channels, who are really in love with wrestling, to get our attention and see how this play out, because we want the best. You know what I'm saying? As wrestling fans, all we want to do is be entertained and see people progress and enjoy the journey. After that is just like we don't want no major injury like the scary that we got with Matt Hardy. We don't want no like loose end like what they're doing right now with Otis in WWE.
And also kind of like another loose end was, I don't know, you probably have to go back and watch it, but in Raw when they had the but the 4-man, 8-man match between the Hurt Business versus Viking Raider, Apollo and Ricochet. Cedric won but with a 2 count. So the ref was like 1, 2, ding, ding, ding. What? Like,
And another loose end too is what Eddie Kingston said at the end of his promo, where he said that he never lost. He didn't lose.
he didn't go over the top, which is true.
So what? You know what I'm saying? So, but by loose end, I mean like stories that have not been completed. These type of situations, it just make us talk about it more. Like, how are they going to correct this injustice? And I think Eddie Kingston should have a match with Lance Archer toe to toe
to be number 1 contender.
To be number 1 contender. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Because I feel like he didn't lose it. Like, he has a point. Like, it's the same thing what happened back in, I think it was Royal Rumble. I think it was Batista and John Cena. They fell at the same time, and they had to call it. And I think probably Batista got it. But it was just like they both fell over, and exactly at the same time, they both all 4 foot fell on the. I'm like, so how do you call? Like, it's crazy. Like,
flip the point or something.
I know. I just like go back in there. And, like, I know the 5 minutes, but it was just crazy. But that could be one last match, and I like that Eddie Kingston gave us a hint of Pac, because he was telling Pentagon and Phoenix, where's your boy? He's not coming back. Like, so maybe we could see Pac against Eddie Kingston, which would be cool. But we haven't seen Pac in a while.
I mean, Pac should be coming back now that the UK are doing their thing. I'm not sure how they're dealing with the pandemic and traveling, but it definitely seems like, some opportunities are being opened to the people. But let's talk about the match that brought out this promo, right? I didn't like this match. I don't care about the grading. That is
the
plus, A minus.
Pentagon and Phoenix.
Dude, Lucha Bros should not be losing, in my personal opinion.
Even at the worst, they should not be losing against. Which is fine. Jurassic Express doing their thing. All right, Jungle Boy's doing its thing, but even at your worst day, you should not be losing against these two.
Never. It should have never been written in the book of All Elite Wrestling that Lucha Bros lost to Jurassic Express. First of all,
and they got next on FTR. Why?
It's not a contendership though.
No,
it's not
a
championship match.
I think they have the best record in the tag team division. Which
they're like in fourth. Lucha Bros is like fifth, they're fourth, blah blah blah.
But they have a better record, so they have the next people up.
Best Friend has better record. They're like 50%.
But they're busy with do you see? So even the story that everything they're trying to give us, the ratings and the individual stuff doesn't count because you still have stories trumping that situation. Because if you go by ranking, I think it's. I probably have to check it, but I'm just out of top of my head.
FTR.
I think FTR champions, but the one contenders, I think it's Best Friends. Then it's Young Bucks.
No, you're gonna be
Private Party.
FTR. No, FTR. Kenny and Adam.
Okay.
Adam Page. Then Best Friend. Then Jurassic Express, and then Lucha Bros.
And Young Bucks are not up there?
They've been in the loser streak.
Damn.
I was surprised. I was surprised not to see them.
But it's just the whole story is just like, yo, come on. You're not gonna let us do like, I don't know. It was just I'm not sure why there's a friction between the Lucha Bros. Okay, Pentagon and Ray Phoenix. I mean, like, sure, they're great individually, but like, I understand if it was against the Butcher and the Blade because that's a unit that's trying to build within All Elite, but your own tag team partner, someone that you probably worked for more than 15 plus years, you're trying to like. Yeah, sorry. I just want to kind of like fact check both of us, and it's crazy. So you were right about Hangman Omega 12-1. They just lost the title, so they're 12-1. Best Friends are 14-6.
Yep.
Young Bucks are 7-3.
Oh, they're in the third.
Then the fourth spot, Natural Nightmares 6-2.
What?
Then you have Santana Ortiz 7-4.
How the hell Jurassic Express have a? I remember that they were. I'm not sure if it was like the Kenny Omega interview or like a post match, but they were showing like the ranking for
I think
tag team.
Jungle Boy, it's 7-4 too, but I think they're tied with the bottom. Yeah. Yeah.
Again, luckily, FTR is not a championship match. It's
Yeah.
a prove yourself match for the belt, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna be defending the belt that often. I think they're gonna call it like a Brock Lesnar type of move. I am hoping this. What do you think? Besides the Lance Archer and John Moxley having their match during the 1 year anniversary, what if we also get FTR versus Kenny and Adam for the rematch?
I just want to see something different. I just like
It's a
I feel like,
rematch.
yeah, but I feel like story wise, FDR did what they had to do. That they defeated all the elite, so I feel they have to not run through the division, but at least see them against other people, which we're gonna see Jurassic Express. Then
Wait, when they defeated Young Bucks 1-1?
they're going to they're gonna be undefeated. But I think that
Oh,
they had they had like team up together, so I think they beat them. But either way, I think they're not gonna the Young Bucks. I don't think they're gonna beat them.
so I know FTR with Butcher and the Blade beat Young Bucks with, I think it was Jurassic Express or some
Probably.
bullshit team.
But not individual 2-on-2. I don't think they're
Not on
that
2 or
bad.
2. Yeah, okay.
But I feel like either way, I feel like FTR they came for a reason as to basically make a point that they are the best tag team in the world. So I feel like you need to run through your division of AEW first. You already did against Omega. You defeated other people and tag teams, but with other help and stuff. But I feel like run through your division at least once and defeat everybody once. Then build a story to back up. But I feel like the Hangman and Omega and Hangman, I think that's not gonna last too long. I don't think they're gonna be a team anymore. Like Kenny's sick of it. I think he's done.
I mean, Kenny. Okay, so now that you mentioned Kenny, right? Adam Cole definitely feel regret. He definitely want to reunite with Kenny to see if they can go for the belt again. I could definitely see that match happening for the 1 year anniversary for the tag team championship, if it's possible, because it doesn't seem that FTR will be picking up Adam Page for the squad. So that's kind of different. But Kenny Omega said something very interesting, right? We had the expectation of him being the ace, for him to be having one of the hellest, career in all elite during the first year. Do you believe that should have been the case, and do you believe that he might compensate his first year during the second year after the first anniversary match?
I feel like Kenny should do. He should be at the moment. He should be an individual. Finish whatever he has to do with Hangman, either beat him up or have a battle amongst the two or whatever, and be done. And I want to see Omega go on the singles run, either TNT or AEW, doesn't matter. But he deserves to be individual. Like I like him in groups and stuff, factions and stuff. But the tag team experiment worked out, and they got the title for a while. But I feel like it's now his time to do his own thing.
So do you feel like he's going to pick up being the ace of the
I
company?
hope. I feel like the cleaner of AEW. I feel like he should bring that back. I feel like we've seen. I think he broke, and I feel like we're gonna see the New Japan version of Omega in AEW.
Fair enough. Fair enough right there. Brody Lee and Colt Cabana. What the fuck is going on?
I
And
think
sorry for my French, but for real, what the fuck?
that happened. That started in the Wednesday before All Out. I think basically Brody Lee gave him the win, and he just messed it up. No, it was It was All Out. It was All Out. It was Natural Nightmares with I forgot their name, but it was basically Natural Nightmares. It was a 8-man match, basically Dark Order against Natural Nightmare, and I forgot the other.
Private Party?
It was
No,
it was Jurassic Express, I think. Was it Jurassic Express? No, sorry. It was all right. Correct. It was Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky and Natural Nightmares against the Dark Order. I feel that Brody still resents that he still has to like pick up the pieces for Colt Cabana, and I feel like I know Evil Uno's doing its thing to like appease Colt Cabana make him feel welcome and stuff. You kind of being chastised by your parent and stuff. But I feel like Colt Cabana is gonna break, and it's gonna break that not break the group from within, but I feel like he's gonna start um leading his own group of cult, and I think he might be the one that potentially could take the belt from Brody Lee from within. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Colt Cabana.
Maybe
Because I feel
not. I
Colt
mean,
Cabana, like I feel like he could do it. I feel like he could break that dark circle from within, and then you could start building stories him against everybody that he faced, like Matt Cardona, Scribble Sky, and stuff. And I feel like it'd be more indie wrestling from that point of view. But that the only way that I could see like Brody Lee to lose the title is from if it's from within.
I I could see Brody Lee losing the belt to an external opponent. I'm I don't know who yet. Like Scorpio Sky still is like one dude I would like to see the championship belt personally, but I don't know how that's going to build up for that.
Mm-hmm.
Going back with the Colt Cabana, I guess I missed certain because I wasn't watching
Okay.
consistency. Maybe I missed like those key element
Yeah.
for it, and it was just so weird. I'm like, dude, he's coming into the hug and you push him away, and you're mad because of a loss during All Out. It's
Yeah,
like,
but he gave him literally Brody Lee gave him in a silver platter. There's the win. Go pin him. And Colt Cabana did his like flip or the bomb that he does. Then he missed and got pinned and lost. So Brody Lee's like, I brought you in. I gave you all your wins that you have, and you still find a way to mess it up. Like I get his frustration, but it's just like he's basically like a mockery of what Vince is. Basically, the whole persona is. So Vince doesn't like to lose. He likes certain things certain ways. So that's what Broly's trying to be like. He wants order. He wants to win. He wants to maintain prestige of the group. If they keep losing, especially everybody else besides Evil Luna, it's Stu Grayson, like number 9 and 11, 10, whatever. They all losing. Even Anna Jay, like she hasn't faced anybody, but like every time she gets in the ring, she does some stuff, but then she gets kicked out or whatever. So it's just like he's tired of people losing. So either he's gonna blow up the whole thing and no Dark Order, or he's gonna start kicking people out.
I don't think he's going to kick people out, especially like with Evil Uno and
Stu Grayson.
Steve. Yeah, like Grayson, they've been doing a good job trying to get some key win
Mm-hmm.
for Dark Order. I feel like they have to like more discipline them in a sense, like do a promo where they're being disciplined for their failure. That's and maybe that could show of like brutally almighty power over the group and once again showing his mercy in helping them get key wins throughout the show, throughout Dark, throughout Dynamite, in order for them to be more of a strong, stable in um, AEW. I do want to also talk about.
Well, what do you think about that? Also, there was some big news yesterday from Cody. He's doing a new TV show. I saw the trailers of the TV show. It looked interesting. But I think it's him and Snoop Dogg and some other actress and stuff. And also the host is a comedian. I think Bert Kreischer. But I think I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to expand to other. I think it's on TBS. So I feel like he's trying to expand his not popularity, but like the point of view of wrestling and who he is and stuff. So everybody's doing it. The Miz is doing it. Our Truth has a thing on the network, so everybody wants to be in a game show and be other things outside of their own promotions.
They're all trying to be doing the Rock Johnson. That's all I gotta say to that.
They
Everybody's
gotta
trying to be.
make money and they gotta advertise. So I feel like that's a good thing for him to advertise, especially at a different network. I think it's on TBS.
Mm-hmm.
So they, you know what I'm saying. So at least maybe they could in the future. Who knows? A future play that they could have another show. Let's say Dark and TBS and Dynamite on TNT. Who knows? You know, you never know. They could move it from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? They're still producing it in and that show. So why not get
Me
paid by that
too. Yeah.
network? You know what I'm saying? Why not get paid by network? And so you could do something like that. So this, it's a good business venture for him, but we'll see because it's I like that his foresight of what's keeping up with the trends and like expanding your name recognition throughout TV and stuff, which is I think it's good. I seen some of the trailer. It seemed interesting. I think I might give it a watch, but we'll see. We'll see how the show comes up.
I really want to talk about the future of heavyweight championship, but I was in between the Moxley and his promo
Okay,
versus the Orange Cassidy. He was that match was good. I gotta
it
give
was
it up.
good.
It was a
But
good
for
match.
me, I think we talked about on the last show. I'm like,
The
so what?
Orange Punch.
Yeah,
That's a
what's next for Orange Cassidy? So I like that they're building some story for him to continue, but I feel like I would put him not out of commission at the while, but I would let best friends get most of the TV time at the moment, put him on hold, and put him like you mentioned, like throughout the show and like kind of camera stuff, so you could see him throughout, but not in
Easter egg.
action.
Yeah.
And but it's just like it's I don't know how to build a story for him to go for a title or a big story because there's a lot of moving pieces going at the moment.
I mean, like, even though Easter eggs for him for the TNT Championship would be nice, I think having him work with the best friends and see if he could go with a rivalry match against Sammy Guevara could be the next move because, like, it's a nice way that he could still has his single competitive match. The best friend in Proudly Powerful might have their final match next week in the parking lot match, but Sammy and Orange Cassidy could, dance around for a bit. I think those are the features of AEW. And if he could get some key wins with Sammy, then he could slowly progress to other people like MJF, Scorpio Sky, and then Colt
Mm-hmm.
Cabana to Brody Lee. I think that would be the right path for Orange Cassidy. But I just want to make that comment done. That match was pretty good. I actually didn't skip it. I actually watched like the full rundown because Angelico, wow,
Yeah, he's
wow.
he was good, and I like the commentary that they mentioned a lot about his training in Mexico and a lot of keyholes and stuff.
Ari, yep.
So it's a different style, especially going against Orange Cassidy from what he came from against Chris Jericho. So I like that he could go against almost everybody and it fits fine. But it was
Yep.
good. I feel like honestly, normally I write notes or whatever. I feel like let me just watch AEW just as a fan, and it was good. And I like that everything was told with ease and stuff. But I feel like overall AEW, I think they had like 6 or 7 matches altogether. The whole package was better than AEW than NXT, but I feel like
Oh, yeah.
for me NXT the highlight for me was just the championship and the ending. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that kind of like I'm glad that I got to see them 2 separate nights and enjoy them fully rather than
Respectfully.
watching
Yep.
watching 2 screens or like going back and forth from like commercials and stuff. But I overall AEW was good, especially the show after pay per view.
So I was in the midst between the John Moxley Lance Archer promo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then MJF. MJF definitely said some key thing.
He's cleaning house.
He cleaned house, but what he said to Warlow though, I was like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
like that is fucking amazing. Excuse my
Imagine,
French, but
imagine,
it was
because at
amazing.
first you know how he was not scared of Warlow, but like hesitant because Warlow's a big dude.
Intimidated. Yeah, he
But
was
imagine
intimidated by him.
he's so fed up with everything that he was like, "You want something? Let's do it. Like, let's go against each other in the ring. Like be
Nah,
sick."
it's not.
It'd be
Yeah,
insane for him to do it. But imagine he like calls him out and he'd be like, "All right, you and me, let's go to the ring and battle. Like, hash it out. Like that'd be
that's not.
interesting."
I don't think they're gonna hash it out. It's like he was pulling like his pocket. Be like,
Mm,
hey, Tony Khan is not the only one to sign the check.
mm.
Like, if you and your family don't want to be out of like, don't want to be like kicked out, you gotta do what you're told. And I feel like Warlord is about to release so much hatred and anger. Oh my god, when that moment comes and he have to have a match with like MJF, I'm I am really hoping, guys. I have my prayer hands on. That is MJF versus Warlord in a cage match. Oh God, that would be so freaking good.
Oh, they
It would
could go
be
for the ring. They go battle it out for the ring.
fuck the ring. I just want Warlord to just
Uh,
well it has because it's like what you said. Like MJF is going to use his power and
mm-hmm.
he's going to tell him, "Hey, you got something to say?" Like he told him, "You got something to say? All right, come on, say it. You're in my pocket."
Mm-hmm.
So imagine him bringing him to the ring, and then he tell him, "Now what? Lie down, take this out," and it's gonna build up,
Yeah.
just build up, and once Warlord get the chance to go off, like Tony Khan be like, "Hey, we are gonna give you an advance or a bonus or you want some type of event." Oh, MJF, your next opponent is nobody but this guy. Like, it's so exciting. I it's like the storytelling is there. Is only if they could deliver it, and if they can within the next like couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
And I think they have from now until New Year's. I think they probably have like 2 more pay-per-views. I think 1 or 2 more pay-per-views, so they can make something happen from here until the next big pay-per-view that they have.
Oh yes, I'm crossing fingers. But that promo, it was good. It was really
another
good.
kind of news before we head out. MLW, it's opening back up, and they're moving on Wednesdays, but they're gonna be on Fubo Sports Network. I don't think they're gonna be a competition for AEW on Wednesdays or NXT, but they building momentum as another source, another alternative. Same thing with Impact on Tuesdays. So little by little, they might build stuff up, but that's another those who kind of want additional wrestling and something different. MLW on Wednesdays. On Tuesdays, we have Impact. We seen a title change last week. Eric Young now is the champion, and also NXT NXT UK is coming back the 27th.
On Thursdays.
Yep. Let me make sure. Yeah. So they're coming. September 17th. So next week, next Thursday, they're coming back, and they're bringing a tournament, which is kind of weird. I was reading the tournament. So they announced a new tournament. It's NXT UK Heritage Cup, and it's gonna have they already named 7 of the 8 participants. So the 7 that they have so far is Flash Morgan Webster, Noam Dar, Alexander Wolf. He's part of Imperium. A Kid, Dave Mastiff. He faced Walter. Almost the last person that faced Walter for the title. Joseph Connors and Trent Seven from Marshall Mountain. So I feel they're building again.
Oh wait! Trent was the first.
No. Trent Seven is the Marshall. I think the tag team. He was the bigger guy from the Mustache Mountain.
So the other guy is the first ever NXT champion.
Yeah.
UK champion.
Yeah. So his partner.
Cool.
So I feel like they have a variety of people coming together for this Heritage Cup. I don't know what's gonna be the results of this cup, but at least they getting little by little getting into a rhythm, and at least this cup gives them enough TV time that 1 week you could do 2-3 matches and build momentum for your network or TV, whatever they're giving us. But that one's pretty cool. And also I saw that that Bray Wyatt might have new people joining him.
Yep, actually, we have that information in front of me. It seems like it's going to be like a new puppet, similar to Piper.
Mm-hmm. But also, I feel like the puppet's another person. I think he's on Friday. He's giving us a new, basically a new puppet for the Firefly Funhouse. But I think the story in the back. They are adding more people, not doing a Wyatt family situation, but I think Bo Dallas might be with Bray Wyatt. But I think he might be another character similar to The Fiend. Alexa Bliss, eventually she's going to be something similar to Sister Abigail. Abyss, I know he was in SmackDown presenting with AJ Styles, but he used to be in TNA as kind of like as a monster. Maybe he might be part of The Fiend or the Wyatt family. And I think Braun Strowman will go back once again with the Wyatt family. I think that's in the works. I think we might see this by the end of the year, but I think little by little they might start incorporating people and making another Bray Wyatt family or wife family situation.
Let's see what happened on
Yeah.
Friday. I can't really talk on that because like this the dude that's being in the apartment
Mm-hmm.
or he's the whatever. Basically, he was like, "Oh, I heard he was watching wrestling this morning." So yeah, it's AEW. So I
Yeah.
can WCW, you know,
Yeah.
talent. He was like, "Yeah, I can't stand that Friday night show." I'm like, "Oh, SmackDown Live, yeah, it's so
It's
horrific."
they're doing what they can, but it's not the best show ever. But if they end up giving us another wife family or something interesting, we might see. I know they pulled out Retribution from SmackDown. I think. I hope. We'll see tomorrow on Friday what happens, but I think Retribution is gonna be solely for Raw, but it should be interesting. But I don't know. It's now we have a thing with Sasha Bank, Sasha and Bailey. I don't know if that's gonna be resolved. Then we also have Roman Reigns. I think a couple of weeks, 2 weeks from now, we're gonna have Clash of Champions against one of the Usos. So that should be interesting. So should be fun.
Should be fun. Well, this is the Providence Lucha Talks. We only got 2 words for you. If you are not following us, guess what? Follow us. Follow us on Insta, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We're also on audio content on Spotify for those who are on Apple users and for the Apple user, the Apple Podcast. Please make sure to give us that 5-star and leave us a comment. Let us know who you think is going to be the additional puppet. Is the John Moxley Rancher match going to be a big hype to worry about? Kenny Omega, is he going to be the ace or the cleaner again? Let us know. Share your thoughts. We love you. We appreciate you. My name is Jay Aguila.
And this is Luisito.
And we say good
Good
night.
night. See ya.
Peace.